So everyone, the final summary of my two audio podcasts here for people to digest and think about through it's obviously thought-provoking is this. One thing that I recognized when I ran Black World, when I built Black World back in Web 1.0, is, in fact, if you go through the web archive and you know how to do that, you can actually see the logo. It's black and white, okay? Two colors. What I found out was that non-black people, especially Caucasian people, loved Black World. I was actually shocked that they were more interested in Black World than Black people. I know that sounds difficult to believe. And what I make of it is that it almost felt to me like they were looking for something like Black World, that just wanted to help convey the whole connect with Africa and its diaspora, its cultures, everything, whatever it is, that they are part of. Because remember, all humans come from Africa anyway. Do you see what I mean? And I just felt that they wanted to see us do well. I genuinely believe that. I know that. Most of my friends are Caucasian, okay? Do you see what I'm trying to say? And I can tell you, most people are fascinated by Black culture and they want to see us do well. And in South Africa, when I allude to potential secession, well, I can see that there is a movement for friendly secession. If that ever happens, from the Western Cape, there's this English guy and, whatever his comrades who are, going through this whole legal process. I don't know that they would ever succeed. I don't think anybody wants to see something like that happen to this beautiful country and all the people in it. One of the things that actually also attracted me to South Africa personally is because it's not homogeneous. It's got all these wonderful cultures. I love the colored community, for instance, which is a mixture of, Malaysian and Indian and Black and white. Stunning sense of humor. Do you see what I mean? And when you actually get down to it, when we were running Big Street, where I had a chance to, Cape Town Tourism did several events at Big Street in the iconic building where we were at the Cape. What's it called now? Oh gosh, I can't remember what it's called. The Cape Quarter. Yeah, exactly. Cape Town Tourism did lots of events there. And my first event, because when I first started Big Street, all right, well, unfortunately, COVID kind of destroyed it because I launched it 3 weeks before COVID, not knowing that COVID was going to happen. And we got, of course, impacted by that massively. We finally folded Big Street in 2023. Okay. So in that final year of 2023, you see, before then, if you actually go into Instagram and you look at our Big Street, it's spelled BIC Street. Okay, you would notice if you go all the way back, in fact, actually, you can probably see some of our videos. Most of the attendees, most of the people who used Big Street as a working space, place for events, and so on, were Caucasian, South African. Okay, so my view was, okay, but where's all our Black brothers and sisters, and colored and whatever. Okay, so it was in the final year after COVID, and we managed to just survive and trot along, that, I came up with this idea that let's do more events. And one of the girls from the colored community, Chantel, she was actually very instrumental. Actually, I got a phone call from a Zimbabwean girl who wanted to hold an event, okay, because she couldn't hold it where she previously wanted to do. This was on, Christmas of 2022. So she asked me if she can use Big Street. And by the way, Big Street was extremely iconic because I designed, if you go to Google and you click on images and you put in Big Street, I designed the whole entire place, from the flooring to the lighting to the ceiling to the decking, everything. Imported all the furniture. In all, I would say about 12 million rands, including, the rental, the lease agreement, and all of that stuff, over the 5 years. Never owed a penny. But what happened was we weren't really engaging with the community, the Black community particularly, because they were just absent. And I'm telling this story because I'm just sharing you what my experience was, okay? So when this girl called me to hold her event, it was the first time I saw more Black South Africans and colored South Africans in one place. And they were largely professional, okay? But you never really got to see them because, by and large, they lived in the townships, okay, wherever those townships were. And it really struck me that, wow, there is so much potential here. And the truth is, what I learned as we did more events, we did cultural events, we did one big event whereby we had these people who we built all these stalls, and people will sell their craft and their art, even to tourists, and they were white and they were Black and they were colored, and we had DJs. It was truly beautiful. And I realized that people from the Black and colored community have immense opportunity. But the truth is, they don't get the opportunity to evangelize, to expose themselves. And Big Street was a place that they could come to. And up till this day, whenever people see me, they go, "Oh, when are you going to bring Big Street back? We need something like that." My whole point here is, from Black to white and everything in between, we are just the same. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say. Human beings came out of Africa anyway. Do you see what I mean? And yeah, I just feel that. So when I spoke in my audio there about the narrative is not properly told, it's actually still yet to be told, meaning the accomplishments of Black people in general, Nigerians as a potential superpower, collaborating with its South African partners. South Africa is a great country, it's got great infrastructure, but it does have this third world problem, previously disadvantaged, poverty, and all of that. And we know that when that becomes, a very serious problem that has not been eradicated in any meaningful way, it leads to xenophobia. And that's what we saw in Germany, whatever that was, and other places around the world, in England, my country. Oh gosh, blame the Polish, they said horrible things about Polish people and so on. And the Polish people are the most hardworking people in Europe. Okay, do you see my point? And Brexit just ruined it. We took ourselves out of the EU, and now we're kind of begging to go back in. Do you see my point? So I just wanted to just leave this last summary to say that, look, now we have a species that I call benevolent AI. It doesn't sleep. It's super intelligent than all human beings combined. And it's only 3 years old. Now, just imagine that. It's there to help you. AI never disparages you. AI says, let me help you. Even if it doesn't agree with something, it would say, let's find a solution. See? And I'm one of those people that believe that AI is here to help us. But we have to help ourselves. We must come together. We're in the 21st century. We need to do away with things like xenophobia, prejudice, distaste, jealousy for one another, and all of these silly things. We need to focus on innovation. So, as Michio Kaku, my most famous scientist that I admire the most, where he says, we're on the verge of becoming a type 1 civilization. However, we may not make it. We may blow ourselves up. which partly explains the Fermi paradox as to why you don't see any other civilizations in the Milky Way galaxy, never mind the universe. Maybe because they don't pass that filter and they go extinct. So that's all I'm going to say. All right, thanks very much indeed for listening. Morpheus thinks. Goodbye.